Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. So, anyway, today I wanted to talk about healing. Whether it's healing trauma, pain, hurt, emotions, abuse, whatever. I just want to talk about healing. And when you've been through so much pain, hurt, disappointment, when you've been through so much trauma, your background, your history, whether be it your childhood, even adulthood. But if you've been through so much, you're hurting, you're in pain, whether be it abandonment issues, physical, emotional, spiritual, financial abuse, relationship abuse, hurt from family members, from loved ones, friendships, relationships, all that stuff. I just want to talk about healing just a little bit, and then I'm going to do another video to just elaborate and go deeper. But just briefly, I'm going to touch based on both ends, the abuser and the abused. The abuser is always the one that rushes for someone to heal because they don't feel the pain. They don't understand how much damage they've caused. They don't understand how much pain that person is going through. They don't understand what they have done. So it's easier for an abuser. I'm going to just use abuser, even though, some people are not abusers, but they hurt people. But I'll just use the term abuser to make it more easier. So the abuser, or the person that hurts somebody else, it's easy for them to just say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, let's forget about it, let's move on from it. It's another day, it's a different day. That happened yesterday, that happened last year, that happened 5 years ago. It's easy for somebody to just say that because you don't know how much damage, you don't know how much pain you've caused in this person's life. So forgetting about it, moving on from it is like, to you, it's like, okay, snap of a finger, But now, one thing that an abuser never understands is that it takes time for healing. Some people never heal. Some people take, a day, forget about it, it happened yesterday, I'm good, I'm okay, it's a brand new day. Some people take days, months, weeks, years, and like I said, some people never heal at all from the hurt, from the pain, from the damage, from the trauma that somebody else caused. And it's very difficult to just tell somebody to get over pain. It's difficult for the receiver because if you've hurt me so much that I cannot function, that I'm stressed, I have depression, anxiety, how can you tell me get over it? How can you tell me move on? How can you tell me forget about it? It's a brand new day. Abusers don't understand that their victims are the one that needs the healing. Their victims are the ones that determine how long is the healing process. The victim is the one that determines how they're going to heal. Some people heal by not talking. I'm one of those people. If you've hurt me, said something to me that hurt my feelings, or did something that hurt my feelings, I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to talk to you until you apologize, until you acknowledge that you did something. Especially if I brought it up, you know what? I didn't like how you spoke with me. I didn't like what you said. I didn't like what you did. It hurt my feelings. If I made you aware and I brought it up that this is the issue in the friendship or the relationship, and I told you you've hurt my feelings, you did something that hurt my feelings, and you don't apologize, and you don't see or admit that you were wrong, and recognize and apologize. If you don't do that, then for me, I'm like, so that means you don't care about my feelings. That means you just don't care. So I need somebody to acknowledge and rectify their mistakes. And then it makes me more mad if the person keeps doing the same thing over and over and over and over. Same thing. You apologize and then you keep doing it, and you apologize and you keep doing the same thing. Then that does not become a mistake. That's not a mistake, because we learn from our mistakes. So most abusers or bullies, if I may say, most of them, they, like I said, they don't care, and they always apologize, I'm sorry, but end up doing the same thing. And it was a mistake. You're trying to tell me you make mistakes, the same mistake 5 times, 10 times, making the same mistake. Do you understand? So they have to understand that healing takes time. And like I said, people heal in a different way. I don't talk. Another person heals by listening to music. Another person heals by maybe meditation, praying, crying, taking a walk, slamming the doors, breaking glasses. We all heal differently because we are all different. We're not the same. So, and it, like I said, we take time. For me, once somebody acknowledges that mistake and they're sincere about their apology, then gradually I ease off, and no longer have that long angry face and moody. I ease off, and then maybe 2 days later I'm okay, 3 days later I'm okay. But it does take time. I may not forget what you did to me, but I may forgive you, or I will forgive you, sorry. I will forgive, but forgetting is always difficult because you're always trying to protect yourself. I always try and protect myself, whereby, okay, you made the same mistake twice, and that anxiety, that creates anxiety, like, oh, I hope they don't make that same mistake again, because it takes you back to how it felt when that person hurt you. So now the second time around, or the third time around, you're very cautious, and you're very fragile, and you try to protect yourself from being hurt again. But anyway, I said that to say this. Take your time to heal. Never allow anyone to tell you how you should heal, when you should heal. Never allow anyone to tell you how to heal, when to heal. Take your time if you need time to heal. Use whatever method you can use to heal, to help yourself find comfort, find healing, find relief from that pain, from that hurt. how do you tell somebody that was abused by a loved one, let me say, sexually abused or physical abuse? How do you tell somebody who was physically abused by, let me say, their brother or their sister or dad? How do you tell somebody that was abused from a loved one, by a loved one that they trusted repeatedly, year after year, let's say 4 or 5 years? How do you tell somebody to move on from that? How do you tell them, oh, that happened when you were 3 years old, that happened when you were 5 years old, now you're in your 40s, you're in your 50s, you're in your 30s? You're supposed to heal from that. You're supposed to move on from that. But that person never even admitted that this is what happened. They never accepted that this is what happened. Accepted. They never accepted that this is what happened to me. And I'll talk more about acceptance as well. There's another video I did talking about acceptance. But anyway, accepting is the first step to healing anything. Emotionally, physically, spiritually, acceptance, healing and becoming better. You have to accept first. So anyway, how do you tell somebody to heal from childhood trauma, childhood pain, or even adulthood? How do you tell somebody move on? You cannot. You cannot tell them how to heal. But all you can do is provide resources, provide solutions. Even if you do tell somebody, hey, move on, but give them tools to use. Give them tools. Okay, you want me to move on from this? How? Help me move on. Help me forget about it. Help me heal from it. Don't just tell me I have to heal without giving me the tools. Do you understand? So I just said that to say this. Allow people to heal the way that is comfortable for them. Allow people to process things. Like I mentioned, I don't talk when I'm hurt. Why? Because I'm still processing. I like processing stuff. I analyze. I go back to, okay, this is where it started. And I have to find out, am I in the wrong, or is it that person? Did I do something to make this person act this way or say these things that they said? What can I fix, in this situation? How can I go about in making sure that this doesn't happen again? Now, to put a balance on it, while I'm processing, at the same time, remember, you cannot control somebody else's thoughts. You cannot control somebody else's actions. So there's times where abusers, again, let's go back to the word abusers. There's moments where some abusers will say, you made me do this. You made me yell at you. You made me kick you. You made me beat you up. You made me leave the house and come home at 5 o'clock in the morning. You made me cheat. No, I didn't make you cheat. I didn't make you beat me up and kick me and punch me. I didn't make you curse me out and say bad words and call me names. I didn't make you do that. That was your choice. You chose to do that. Do you understand? So, yeah, man, just allow yourself to heal. Take time, understand, process things, and heal the best way you know how. What works for you. If jogging, if meditation, if music, heal. Use that. Use those tools. I'll dig deeper into healing